Ooh, it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
SweatEquity? SweatEquity. The number one comedy business podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Pragmatic entrepreneurial advice.
Jeez.
And real raw dog talk. How you feeling, Eric?
I wish you wouldn't say the real raw dog thing.
I only do it because you don't like it.
Pretty much every
time. It makes you cringe. It kind of makes me cringe too.
I know, and you still do it.
Yeah. You don't.
That's a feather in your cap. Like you push through, and I appreciate that.
It's a testament to our heterosexual gay relationship.
Oh, you're bringing that into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
If you want to hear more of this bromance, listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio app. I think those are the biggies. Spotify, I said. Yep.
Yeah.
Sony Walkman from the 80s that's yellow and not waterproof. This episode is sponsored by Squarespace, an all-in-one website builder that does some SEO for you. Get
all the SEO.
Not all the SEO, but
some of it.
It'll get you more than a company you paid to do it.
Yeah. Take that, company. We're going to do some of it.
It does it natively, which to you, non-dorks, means innate. Innately.
That's a terrible way to explain it.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Okay.
It does it on its own regard.
Just glad you didn't. Yeah, you didn't do like a Native American war cry.
Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? No, that was a comedian's bit.
Sorry,
he went on Johnny Carson and he would go, the Native American bit, and he'd go, hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya?
Okay.
All right. But if you want the hookup holler, if you hear me, there's a link to the Squarespace referral code in the episode description. Let's get it started. Hotty toddy.
It's called SweatEquity.
You are listening to the SweatEquity podcast.
I think the intro needs to be that from now on.
What?
Just half giggle halfway through it.
We were having fun.
Well, you're
people want to hear us have fun.
If we're not having fun, the listeners aren't having fun.
They're gonna know.
Yeah,
they're gonna know.
I mean, I say that in a mom voice, but it's kind of true.
It's absolutely true.
I mean, I was like
serious about it.
Not only I hate when people bash Rogan because I'm like, what's wrong with him? He's just curious and he giggles a lot.
Right? Why would you bash Rogan? I don't.
Oh, there's a lot of people that are like,
you
hear that on Rogan? I'm like, yeah, the guy who interviews scientists from a dumb guy's point of view.
Yeah, who actually gets down to the meat of things and like gets it all out there. Like, if it wasn't for him, like, there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't understand. And
part of the Rogan coaching tree, the croaching tree, encroachment tree. Maybe we'll call Sam Tripoli friend of the program because look, I just honestly haven't talked to him in a while, and I'd like to check in on him.
Sure, yeah.
But if you listen to Rogan enough, his name gets brought up by all the comedians as like the soothsayer. He's like the
right. He's becoming more and more correct as the days go by.
Well, but he does it with comics. Like he's like a old baseball scout. Like he'll see young comics and be like, "No, that's what you need to be doing."
Right.
And they're like, "I should have listened to him like 3 years earlier."
What's his girlfriend look like?
All right. So I was looking up.
Dating apps?
Well,
that's what
statistics, yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
so, I've had this theory, and maybe we'll do a sketch on it one day, but you could do I think you could teach the sales funnel with the dating apps. You can teach lead gen, right? Because it's a big lead gen funnel. Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm listening.
Do you have Bell's palsy now?
The lead gen through dating apps.
It's a numbers game.
Go for it.
It's a numbers game, right? A lot of people get depressed now. People when it first came out were like, fuck yeah, this is amazing. Mm-hmm. And then now a lot of people get like depressed from them because they're on them so
That should be Bumble's like theme music.
Why? Well, because the women choose. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Try Bumble. Perfect.
Well, Bumble was started from she worked at Tinder and thought it was too sexist and started Bumble.
It was a woman.
The CEO. Yeah, because the women choose on that one.
Right. She was probably a handful. Right?
I want to.
I'm going to start my own company.
I want to
where
yes.
I pick the men.
Well, I want to yes and that, but
yes and it. Why would you not yes and it?
No, I mean that exact kind of behavior. I'll be like, fuck you. I'll make something better.
Right.
You kind of have that too.
Yes.
And then also I tried to look up her story. I can't remember, and I was like, I bet she's got some dark, and she seems like a really pleasant person. I got nothing.
Is she happily married?
I mean, look, CEOs of tech companies she's probably an asshole, maybe.
I'm sure, like a
if
little bit.
Painting with broad strokes.
Probably fired some people who didn't deserve it.
But I think about this like with podcasts. Like podcasts, if they don't start out with good intentions, I don't think they're going to be good. You're seeing a lot of celebrity ones like, oh, we got to get this podcast money.
Yeah, there's a lot of obligatory, like, well, you have to have podcasts.
Like, what really chaps my
ass, just milk it.
The actors that have podcasts that aren't funny in real life, like
who are already the most famous people in the world. You don't need this.
They need
like get off of LinkedIn, Ryan Reynolds.
He owns a marketing company agency. As well. Yeah,
are you gonna come after us?
No,
it's just that's the same vibe as why I got like fired up over Ryan Reynolds being on LinkedIn. It's like, what do you? This is, go to Variety.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm for that campaign. I back it. You just got to pick six, and I'm blocking for it.
All right, cool.
I'm with you on that. But
we're coming after you.
But because I think it's so atypical, and no one's probably doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, who hates Ryan Reynolds?
Right. It's like hating Santa Claus.
He's like, hey, I bought a phone company because you guys are getting fucked over, and I'm just gonna hook you guys up.
It's like really,
no, we're not buying it, Ryan Reynolds.
It's like really having a dispassion for ice cream. Like, fuck ice cream, dude.
Just because it's so good. Why does it need to be so good?
Are you lactose intolerant? No, fucking hate it though. Not to fear though with the dating apps. If you're getting depressed about it, because I got some stats for you.
Why are you acting like you're talking to me right now?
Well, you and the audience out there. Oh, I wasn't talking to you specifically. No, this wasn't a pitch for me to go, hey man, I think it's time to start getting out there again.
What are you talking about?
No, I just found this interesting because I was curious.
That's out of the bag, I guess.
I'm on there. Yeah. Look, it already made the news. We know that.
All right. Yeah, everybody knows. It's a huge, big deal.
So actually, this is a better way to get the word out, so you don't have to keep telling everybody in your network.
Oh, that's true.
You should cut this part
I
out.
will repurpose this content now.
It's how I thought about Facebook like 10 years ago. It's easier to make a post like, hey, we're having a baby, and just get it out of the way as a press release.
Right, yeah. Your own personal press relations.
You got that, Rummy? So, all right. So Tinder, you want to? I'm sorry. I want you to. What do you think the match rates are, men to women?
Okay, match rates. Define match rates for
me. Like how many men match on Tinder versus how many women match on Tinder?
Yep.
It's a sausage festival.
Okay, I'm 5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, 55 years old. That works too.
Okay.
And I don't know how Tinder works. And you're saying so you're saying
you match with someone to go date.
So you're saying how many? All right, I'm the man, and how many people match?
What's your percentage? What's your batting average?
Oh,
to match?
So you're saying if I'm a man walking into Tinder, I have this percentage. God. I'm just trying to explain it because it's not obvious to everybody. So I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
I think this is pretty obvious. I think
no, it's not.
Match rate, swipe right.
No, match rate. Nobody knows what that is. That's not a normal term.
I think you can figure it out with context.
No. We're trying to figure it out right now.
Okay.
Well, just explain it to me.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Do we have something better to do? That's what this is.
Okay.
Is you talk to me.
I'm giving some shorthand.
Okay. So the point is the match rate for a man like me, 5 years old, 55 years old, whatever it is. What is it?
5 years old, not allowed on the app. I thought you wanted to guess. I thought it would be a fun game.
Okay.
On Tinder, which is kind of a meat market.
And then we go back to motherfucking why I'm sitting here. Why? How do you what am I talking about? Is what my whole point was.
What's the percentage of men that get a match on Tinder? Just start there.
Shouldn't it be 100?
No, it's
That's a terrible, like.
100. That would mean every time you swipe right, you got to match. Remember our buddy?
Okay, so now you're defining it. I'm saying like you sign up for the app.
You get the concept.
I got to. No, I didn't. I'm serious.
You were on these things at one point.
That doesn't matter. I'm saying like I didn't understand what your definition was.
What's
like
your win rate? How about that?
Okay, so like you're saying if I swiped right, is that the one that says I like you? Okay.
You swipe left a bunch.
If I swipe right,
because there's a bunch
and
of
then you
uggos,
say the percentage of what my swiping right matches up with me is. Okay, now we can talk.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that complicated.
No, it was. You're trying to play cool guy. Okay.
As I put my nicotine gum in.
38%.
For guys,
yes.
10%.
Wow.
Women, 26. All these are a sausage party. If you're listening out there, look, I get discouraged on these things, but
26 for women seems low.
Women have the power. Women,
right? That's why it seems low. Really?
Yeah, but they're choosier. I think that's part of it.
Oh, they're just doing it.
Guys are like, look, depending on how long it's been since you've hooked up with a woman.
Right, those fingers get real fucking flexible. It's like, you know what? Let's try a few rights.
She seems like she'd be nice. You know,
she's got a good personality.
And
good personality.
Really,
good personality.
It really goes to convenience. Like this girl seems like she's down.
She's in my zip code. She's in my zip code.
Yeah. Hinge. What do you think?
That one.
Men.
Okay, wait. Is that one? That's a special one, is it? Is
that one? It came out as it had a really good brand message. It was like the dating app we want you to delete, which I thought was a great slogan.
Yes.
But it was more based, like more people were like kind of marriagey kind of style. It was more of that long term, higher end, I would say.
Okay.
What do you think?
For men, I'm gonna say it's higher. I'm gonna say it's 22%.
7%.
Even lower. Okay.
Women, 19.
Okay.
Bumble.
Which one's the one where the girls pick?
Bumble.
That Bumble. Okay. That one, I'm gonna guess.
We literally just talked about the CEO like 10 minutes ago.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
And why she started it.
Was it on the show?
It was in the intro, dude.
Good.
We giggled about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Rob, you were there.
What? I remember that. Okay. But you didn't say the number. You didn't say the answer to the question. I'm going to say for men, 4%.
Very good. 5%. Women, 15.
That is such a sad number.
I remember reading a while ago when I looked this up like 5 years ago. It's like 8-1 men to women on Bumble.
I mean,
I don't know. I have like
it's all very discouraging. I can tell you that much. I do not have the energy for that sort of output.
My point is
8-1 clip.
Here's the thing: what people do when your friends talk to you that are married or in a very long-term relationship, and they try to kind of passively aggressively talk to you about it, they're like, "How do you do that?" Like that kind of thing. I'm like, I literally will be on the treadmill or Stairmaster and do it at the gym because it's just like. Ping, 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 ping. It is a numbers game. Lead generation is a numbers game. Then you keep refining.
Do you have a lead generation funnel for dates?
That you don't remember us talking about this sketch?
I do.
Yeah,
It wasn't in the intro though.
I think you could teach marketing funnels by using the dating apps because they're very similar.
Yeah, I do remember that.
To the like Tinder's like Facebook. It's just wild.
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to enough people.
Speaking of Facebook,
most people don't get it.
Oh, really? Because 19% of the world is on dating apps.
So, what about the other 81% of the world?
That doesn't mean
they haven't. Sad 19%. You and me.
They haven't experienced it. Doesn't mean they haven't experienced it. That's just 19% currently.
Yeah, that's not that high.
That's
not that high.
Of people. Of all people.
Yeah, I get it. We're not including dogs and animals. I get it.
Wipe out like probably 1 billion that can't get internet or phone that has.
They're not counting though. That's all. All that data is refined.
All right, Facebook dating, which is secretly pretty good, but I realize
does that still exist.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm on it, but that's how I met my last gal, my last lady friend.
Okay, so no Facebook dating.
And I said we have to lie about it and say we met on Craigslist or Black People Meet. Something funny. if people ask.
Why? Because the app was embarrassing?
Yeah, because Facebook dating is like, what? You get follow-up questions with that one.
Why? Like, why? Why is that one weirder than another?
Well, here's why guys don't like to get on it. This is my theory. Guys don't want to be on it because it'll show mutual friends, and they don't want to get if they're not a good dude, and there's a mutual friend.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about like good.
Like you and I don't have to worry about that. That's why I was like, oh, this is great for me. I don't do anything wrong.
Well, yeah.
I don't treat women like shit.
Right.
So that's actually a benefit for me. The other part is internationally, a lot of women, Tampa especially, is kind of the gateway to South America for a lot of business. If you didn't know, so there's a lot of Colombian women. There's a lot of Argentinian, Brazilian, all that Venezuelan. I don't know if Colombia might have the hottest chicks by any country.
You have so many questions on the gateway. Tampa's the gateway. So they're coming here from other countries to do business.
We are the import-export for South America, not Miami.
Okay.
And so that's a big part of the economy here.
Right.
It's like when I lived in LA and everyone's like, actors in Hollywood. It's like Hollywood is like 5% of maybe of the...
I have no idea.
It's very small. It's like Long Beach brings in a lot of container ships and all this shit. So...
That's a cool stat.
Look, I have like Asperger's for stats.
I don't give a shit.
I told you, I remember a Bumble stat from 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's so cool.
But I'm saying like, there's just a lot of South American women up here. Uh-huh. They use Facebook over any of these other dating apps. Interesting?
Yeah, it is interesting.
Because a lot of them still use Facebook to communicate back to their country.
Thank you for answering my question.
Telegram or WhatsApp, but WhatsApp's owned by Facebook. So average match rate for men on Facebook dating?
3%.
7%. And for women?
We're terrible.
You're getting better.
At women, 11%.
12%. See, you're getting good.
I'm dialing it in. I'm zeroing in.
I got 2 more. We'll do them real quick. Stir, which I saw a commercial for.
Never heard of it.
I saw a commercial on Hulu for it, and I was like, I got to see this. It's for single parents. Basically for guys.
Okay.
It's the MILF app.
Okay.
Occasionally you'll see a chick on there that doesn't have kids and just wants a DILF.
Okay.
By the way,
trust that.
If you want your DILF tank top, go on SweatEquityPod.com and go to the merch store. Promo code Girthy, get it at cost.
By the way, I use your Hulu login. There's a lot of there's an advertisement that's like constant. That's like for HIV medicine. And it's just two guys on a bike. It's your login.
Yeah, but it's by IP. I get a lot of Spanish commercials. Like when
I get those too.
When politics heat up, mad streaming commercials.
And do you think it made the connection? Like these guys are sharing their Hulu login. Let's show them this ad.
I don't know.
They're probably gonna get AIDS.
I didn't notice.
You need to go on Hulu. I'm curious to see if you get the same because it's a very specific ad that I'm talking about. Because there's a dude riding a bike.
Eric, we don't need a pantomime.
His buddy is on. No, this is a handlebar. It's not like this. It's handlebars driving a bike.
I thought you had his legs like a wheelbarrow.
Oh man, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Like a zip tie thingy.
I thought you meant I was double beat off. I'm just excited for you to see this commercial now because it's like two guys having a great bike ride where one's on the handlebars and they're just having the best day ever.
Well, I got to catch up on what we do in the shadows tonight. So good.
There you go. All right, fingers crossed, everybody.
Stir is for single parents, men 8%, women 16%, and the last one, the league, which is supposed to be the high end hoity-toity one.
Yeah, the cool one.
Well, the premium on that, I like to look at it to see if they change the pricing, and it's slowly gone a little downhill, but it's still there's a package for $1,000 on there. And it's like, that app better suck your dick or something.
Yeah.
It better come out and just go blue.
Yeah, Jesus. What are you going for?
Average match rate is 10%, and for women it's 20%. My point being, spread it out across different tactics. Don't do the same tactic for lead gen. Because one goes under, one changes an algorithm, you're fucked. This happens on social media, content creators. they go, oh, I'm famous on TikTok. Then they get their shit kicked off. They never focused on putting stuff on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to like kind of start from zero.
Right. What was the 6-second app? What was that one?
Vine?
Vine.
Yeah.
I'm famous on Vine. What the fuck is Vine?
Or MySpace.
Right. I think Vine is better.
But Vine,
a better metaphor.
But Vine's great because Vine people made money on Vine.
Like people blew up on Vine.
On there, yeah.
And it was very specific, and then it was like, that's gone now. That's not a thing anymore.
Right. And
people had to be like, I can't do 7 seconds.
And they didn't bring up their YouTube channels or Instagram or all the other things they know they should have done because they just was like, fuck it, I'm making money.
Yeah. 1 minute, that's like 10 Vine videos.
Speaking of which, I sent this article to you. My mom keeps pushing. She wants us to reach out to a TikTok comedian that the Tampa Bay Times wrote about. And
okay, let's do it right now.
I go, Mom, do you really think I'm going to be like, hey, my mom said... And then we're in a text fight about it. I go, I bet it says she's a comedian in the article, and I'm like, she's very pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, and she might be funny, but the snobbery of stand up makes me hate. Like, oh, she's a comedian.
What does your mom want us to do?
She wants us to get her on the show.
What's the problem?
I was like, yeah, but you remember my family listened to the show for years, and now
they're helping book guests. I like it. What's the problem?
I send texts of all the awards we've won.
Falling on deaf ears.
No, they think it's awesome. They don't know.
Okay, good.
They don't know.
What do you mean they don't know? They're real awards.
Yeah, it's not a Webby, but yeah, I'll take them. I'm just saying. I was
just cleaning one out of the spam folder today.
I think it's funny. It's a total 180, and people come up to my family and tell random friends of friends will listen and then tell them they like the show and they see clips, and it's like they're like, I feel like half of them are like,
isn't that nice?
Don't they talk about penises on there?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
So there's a TikTok comedian that lives in the area, single mama, and I'm just like,
do you have her contact info or what?
No.
Yes, you do.
Everything's in Slack. I sent you the article. That was where I left it.
I'm going to now take my time and try and figure out how to get a hold of this chick. And we're going to call her live if we can.
All right. So what I'll do while you're going to...
No, you can't be doing stuff on your phone while I'm doing stuff on the computer.
I'm going to call friend of the program, Sam Tripoli.
Okay.
Just in case, because it's 6 o'clock his time.
Where would this be? Guess? Okay.
Kat Stickler.
She's got 10 million followers, bro. What is your mom's a smart lady.
No. Yeah, if we can get her on, great. But I feel like that's going to be a tough putt.
Tough putt interview?
Like to get her on the show?
Oh, no. Well, yes, that part. But once she's on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
She might as well said, why don't you get Jim Gaffigan on the show?
Could we do that?
I'd probably have an easier time getting him on.
He
did film his last special.
Right to voicemail. You're a loser.
It rang 5 times.
Sam Tripoli hates you.
Jim Gaffigan's new his 10th special on Amazon, filmed at the Tampa Theater.
No shit.
Yeah, he used to live here for a year. All right.
Really?
Aliens. Give me an alien breakdown. You got.
Oh God.
You got like 10 minutes of it.
Alien breakdown, dude. Where do we start? I mean,
you showed me a video that we could have animated.
No, you couldn't do it then. There's just a lot of stuff coming out. There's all kinds of shit coming out, man. It's crazy, right? I mean, if everybody paid attention to the congressional hearings, I was watching it live.
I haven't heard shit except for Duncan Trussell talking about it.
That's what's crazy.
But I didn't get to hear any real information. He's like, yeah, man, it'll be weird.
Well, David Grush and...
David Koresh?
Yeah. Sure. Thanks for taking it seriously.
Waco guy's back?
Yeah. He's behind all of it.
I knew that would annoy you.
Incredible technology.
Because you're in this tuned up zone of like, I'm going to get started on a thing, but if I get cut off, this is going to be tough.
That's fine. I really didn't have much to say anyways. But, the guy, he's got like, it is secondhand information. That's the thing that like, he's got, you haven't heard from him since the testimony.
Who is he?
He's like an intelligence officer who was working for a private company who was tasked to find like money. It's always money, but like where was money being spent that it shouldn't be, and like all this stuff, and like basically he came into knowing that there's all this crazy shit out there, and like people are with
Bob Lazar style,
right? Like that there is non-human intelligence, biologics is what he said, which is there's fucking aliens somewhere sitting in a facility under American control, but like the problem, like the number one pushback has been like, oh, he's not an eyewitness and like all this shit, and people like apply this like murder trial logic to it, where it's like, well, he's not an eyewitness, like you can throw it. It's like it doesn't work that way with this sort of thing, where it's like he's leading you into this. There should be further investigation, but people will be like, he's not reliable and all this stuff, and they've already broken down and saying he's got PTSD from Afghanistan, and they're attacking him and all this shit.
Do you think there's a PR push?
Yeah,
against him
for sure. It'll happen.
It's so crazy how those are orchestrated. You can look up on Reddit. You can see the Louis C.K. ones where all these writers are like, "All right, article goes out tomorrow," and you're like, "Ugh."
I mean, the crazy shit you see on Reddit is like, watch out for the David Grush suicide.
What about
where it's like,
right?
Where it's like, oh, he mysteriously killed himself,
like a reverse Epstein.
Right.
Like Epstein did it, like got snuffed.
Right.
But
same thing. It's not the reverse. Well, it's the exact same thing.
I meant morally, I guess.
Yes.
But what about the PR push? What about like RFK Jr. and like there's so much stuff saying he's a quack and all this crap, and he's not saying any of these things. He's just going, "This was my experience with vaccines.
Yeah,
this is what I believe." If you listen to a long form interview, you'll hear all of it. But it's crazy how calculated and
it's a playbook.
How blatant you can see suppression.
Yes. It sucks, man. And it sucks that like it's so quite obvious. The frequency at which people are seeing UFOs and they're filming them, putting on YouTube, it's fucking nuts right now. Like it's happening every single day. Like people are posting videos of this shit happening. They're doing crazier shit every time. Like,
what about Peru? Did you hear about that story?
Right.
That sucks.
It's illegal miners with jetpacks.
Right.
And it's like, you guys aren't even trying to come up with good excuses. Like, what? And they got video. Like,
oh no, I believe that one is a Trojan horse thing where they were the guys that were dressing up as aliens were pretending to be aliens to fuck with.
Right.
Fuck with the tribe they kind of wanted to take over.
Right. Maybe. It could be even bigger than that, where it's like, we need to get some shit out there to
again,
like.
Why would the villagers ever know about the alien news going on recently?
Right.
Unless they think that already exists just in a.
These people are complaining about being injured from these things that they see. It's not like they're like playing into this political game. They're like, this thing attacked my daughter.
Peruvians are the dorks of South America. I've heard that a lot.
Okay. I mean, Peru is like,
Canadians.
They're just great. Like Peru, with all the stuff they have there, all the monolithic structures and stuff there, whatever it is, there's something special about Peru. I've been there. It's fucking crazy.
You have?
Like, there's like a feeling there. Yeah, dude.
What'd you see there?
All of it. Sacsayhuaman.
Is it one of the
Ollantaytambo.
one of the best telescopes there, or am I thinking
Machu Picchu? No, you're thinking Hawaii.
Well, there's that. That's Kepler, right? And Hawaii's on fire. Look at us doing news stories. This is the most we've ever done in an episode.
Hawaii, the island was on fire last week. Hope you guys are okay.
So, okay, UFOs. Here's another thought I've had about UFOs lately, since there's a lot of chatter about it. I really, and I think a lot of people in the United States see it from an American perspective. I don't hear much. Like Peru is the first other country I've heard about recently. Like, what's Russia and China thinking about all this stuff?
Well,
like, what are the other powerhouses?
They've all got their own bureaucracy that dedicates time to investigating it. Like,
and they can suppress public chatter.
Oh, those they got suppression on lockdown, literally.
India,
But like, that like George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, who did the Bob Lazar documentary. George Knapp's been a news anchor, basically, like a journalist in Las Vegas for years, and he was the one that Bob Lazar came to with all of that. And what was I saying about what were we talking about?
Oh my God.
I lost it.
Damn it! I knew
George Knapp. Okay.
See, I knew if you lost your inertia.
Yeah. What were we talking about? We blew it.
George Knapp, Bob Lazar doc. You forgot?
I don't know.
Man.
It
It was really important.
like really important. Like it's the species depends on it.
Oh, I'm clipping this out for sure.
I'll think of that.
No, you got it, dude.
It was what the fuck was I gonna say about George Knapp?
You know what people like on podcasts? Dead air. Just think it out.
No, this is good. This is the guts of it. I don't know. These guys. I know stuff I can say about them is they were instrumental in the congressional hearing. Like they were sitting in the first row behind these guys who were testifying. Like it wasn't like this Congress, like American government made it happen. It was these guys who were journalists that made it happen. So they're kind of American heroes at this point.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Why?
How are they American heroes?
Because this shit won't come forward unless somebody pushes it.
I know. It's just it's tough.
We were talking about Peru.
Before that, I was talking about I think Americans have an American perspective a lot on UFOs, and then I was thinking, what's going on in other countries, China.
Oh yeah, I got it.
But those citizens can't talk publicly about stuff.
So George Knapp actually went to Russia at one point. He had contacted some guy in the Russian government in
You're getting all like black lady sassy on
1993.
Oh.
In 1993, he came he had met up. He went to Russia. This was in the time, like, in between the Iron Curtain falling and what they have now.
Mm-hmm.
And he went over there and talked to scientists, and they have their own entire UFO program. And the dude fucking CIA, like, top secret spy style, smuggled out documents from Russia of all of their UFO encounters and their documents that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I bet they don't know Jesus. I bet they don't know Jesus.
It's kind of badass to like think about because the guy could have been murdered or some shit. I don't know. So George Knapp, respect. If it wasn't for him and Corbell, we'd be. Don't say R.I.P.
Everybody, put your lighters up like the big pun.
No,
video
they're alive.
Oh.
George Knapp's alive.
I was just doing my black lady impression.
Grush is alive. If Grush turns up dead, that's.
David Koresh is already dead. They already shot him.
Don't you want to be on the alien side, bro?
No,
I'm trying to help you here. Like the other day, I was showing you that video, and I'm like, they can hear us. They know what you're thinking.
Remember the
might as well
fifth agreement.
Buy in.
Remember the fifth agreement.
I haven't gotten to the end of it.
He made a second edition. Remember?
Yes, I know. I have it on my nightstand.
The fifth agreement. Yeah. Oh, listen, but with a skeptical ear.
Sure.
Right. And so that, in the videos I see, like, I don't know, video isn't enough nowadays. I guess maybe.
I get that. But when it's a preponderance of, like, just constant, like, I get that there's fucking assholes on the internet who do shit to just fucking be trolls and, like, I get that. But I mean, like, there's enough out there that, like, even if you pick out the bad ones, I'm like, there's too much that looks real. There's too much out there, and there's kind of no denying it at this point. And if you deny it, it's kind of like you're a dick.
My other, I'll flip this around to the other side as far as the fervor becoming more prevalent, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's trending, if you really think about it, right? It
should be trending way more. It's crazy it's not.
It should. And that's the big lament, the funny lament I hear from a lot of people is like, if this was in the 80s, this is all, we'd be fucking freaking out like crazy. Now, in one way, I look at it and like, good, we kind of don't live in fear, but I have such a distrust for a lot of stuff on the internet. It's going to take me 15 valid things before I'm like, okay, that seems legit.
Well, you need to do some research, brother, because it's out there.
I've got plenty on my plate before this. Like, whether they come or not, or they're around already, I can't really do anything about it. Now, right. I'm going with Pascal's wager. You know what that is?
No.
It's like you believe in God just to like make sure like
hedge your bets.
Yes, exactly. It's called Pascal's wager. I'm kind of in that zone. Like, I believe in him. I want to believe.
If you're up there, please save me.
Superman. My other thing is the alien video you did send me 2 weeks ago. We have this figure of aliens. If everybody had to draw an alien, it's like an octopus meets a human kind of look.
Oh yeah, it's a very standard look. The gray alien, big eyes.
One thing I've heard about also like eyes that are forward mean they're a predator, eyes on the side by evolution on Earth, right?
Right.
But now we're playing by different rules, right?
Right.
My thing is like, I think why don't we ever have like, couldn't it be a gas? It could be a fifth dimensional thing that we don't even understand. Like, I think the ones that are like that, almost a stereotype of an alien, that to me is almost hack.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I'm with you. But at the same time, it's like...
But maybe it's hack for a reason.
Right. You and I are sitting there going, oh, you're going to just be that? It's like, we've always been this shit, and you guys have been always seeing us, and like that's why it looks like that to you. It's not hack, it's just what we've always been. But like, the crazy shit is when... Because he did mention interdimensional, like, shit. So like... We might see gray aliens now, and that's the thing that we have to do. But, like, it could go beyond that. It could go beyond anything we can imagine. There could be something sitting right next to you right now. Just waiting to pop out.
Well,
show yourself.
Luckily, I have my war paint on, so I'm not scared.
It's going to be exciting. I mean, there's just, we have no idea. It's never happened like this before, so...
I want to be in with the excitement of like we're right before football season right now.
Plus Hard Knocks is on right now.
Everyone's pumped. No, well, the optimism of your team right before college football season starts or pro football season, like you're like, all right, this is the year, man. Like I feel it. It's like that. It's gonna happen. Maybe not this year, but the next.
But this seems more inevitable, right? Like the cat's out of the bag with this. Like there's not like the aliens are gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs, and then we don't hear from them again. Like the shit's out there. We're gonna hear more and more and more. It's not the same.
No, I'm saying optimism. I'm saying the vibe of it. Like how I say like I love doing shrooms because what it does is I get this nostalgic optimism. Like. You remember when you were younger and like you get high for the first couple of times,
right?
And you're like, dude,
life is amazing.
Dude, Dave Matthews, I could just sit on the carpet in my friend's bedroom floor and just look at this black light and listen to DMB, dude, and just be all good. Like it's that I'm comparing the feelings is what I'm saying.
Yeah. See, I'm not even like I don't even feel like optimistic. I just feel like observatory. It's just like it's interesting because like
you're Thanos, dude.
I've been optimistic since I was a little kid.
It's inevitable.
But now that it's like right in front of our face, you don't really have to be optimistic. There's this. It's going to happen.
But I keep telling you, I want it to be true. But at the same time, your own confirmation bias can muddy.
I know, but we're past that. The congressional testimony.
To anybody listening that doesn't know you, would be like. He's in the zone.
No. Those people are not paying attention. The congressional testimony puts it back past any of my beliefs. It does not matter. I'm observing this man who is testifying in front of Congress who can go to fucking jail if he's lying.
I still get it.
Like,
I know.
I don't need to. It doesn't matter about my beliefs anymore. That's awesome. Like we're gonna watch these people talk about it, and then whatever happens, happens. Like It's not about my beliefs. I don't have to be optimistic or pessimistic about any of it.
No, but but
I'm absolutely interested.
Okay. I will say this. To me, I can't do anything about it one way or the other. It's interesting. I'll let the information come to me. But I'm way more concerned about. I want to make a dickload of money in the next couple of years to buy a house, and that's where I'm at.
Right. And I am trying to convince the aliens to hack all the bank accounts and do it that way, and then just send me money that way.
Yeah, you wouldn't let them. If they're like, you want us to push the button, you wouldn't let them. You're too good. You're morally too good.
Would I though?
You need to watch Defending Your Life.
Are you sure? I don't know. I might let them hit the button.
Well, right now,
Because then it's monopoly money. If the aliens are just doing whatever they want, then...
But then, as you know, then the money devalues and it has no worth.
I can tell them to just make that not happen.
Just pennies, just a couple pennies. Round it, your office space, dude. All right, look,
I think
this
we covered
was
it.
intense.
I think we covered everything. It needed to happen. This has been sitting out there for a long time. We covered a lot of shit. Everybody got updated on our own personal lives and the lives of aliens.
I will say the rebranding of UFOs to something, whatever it's called
UAPs bullshit.
I don't like that.
I hate that. They did it on purpose.
Right. And that, to me, seems like a PR suppression. So I'm with you. That's a smoking gun for me almost.
Yeah. There's
because if you look at all these call them micro movements because they're only a couple of years long. I'm not bossy. I'm the boss. Don't call girls bossy or whatever. Don't Black Lives Matter. These things get compromised and then they get changed. The terms get changed.
Uh-huh.
Hey, the greatest rebrand ever in history is the swastika. It was a Nazi symbol of peace. I mean,
we gotta go for a few more minutes. We can't end on that, dude. Let's talk about
Hindu symbol of peace.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I didn't say.
I'm saying now we gotta keep talking for another 5 minutes because we're talking about how swastikas are rebranded.
No,
we don't
I
want to
said
end
the
it on
greatest
that.
rebrand in history.
I know.
Not. I think it was for the good team. I'm just saying it is the biggest 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Now we got to talk for another 5 minutes.
Why? Am I in timeout?
You can't be, bro. You can't be.
I've said it on the show multiple times.
I know. But it was early in the show or mid-show. You can't end it on that.
I wanted to Bill Burr some statements sometimes. Just start out with a very... and then work my way out of it. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. There's tons of alien shit we could talk about, but...
I've got a little rant.
You do?
Little rant. AI, man, we were on top of this. AI is the most fucked out. It is the most fucked out term. It beats any of the years past terms of pivot in the COVID year, of brand, probably right before COVID.
You can have a brand, bro.
AI, it's going to be, AI is going to be at Hooters somehow. Get your wings done by, it's going to be like keto. Keto's another one.
Yeah.
Keto, as you pointed out on the show, there's no regulation. Anybody can put keto on anything. Right. You could put keto on fucking double stuffed Oreos.
I'm AI.
Right. You could say you're AI.
I went to college.
Right.
I was artificially infused with intelligence.
You are learning.
It wasn't in my head already. I learned it.
And the correct term is...
We're all AI, huh?
The correct term is synthetic intelligence. Or no, synthetic... something like that.
Synthetic. That's the important part.
Well, because artificial... Yeah. Anyway, AI, it is... I put together that list of new AI apps that are coming out every day. I have it in that Google sheet we share. Dude, 20 new ones every day.
Right.
And I'll look at them, just having a little coffee in the morning, reading Not My News about aliens. And it's half of them are garbage. Half of them don't have any AI aspect to it.
Yeah.
There's no even algorithm so it learns from that.
Or any sort of innovative function whatsoever.
It will be the most fucked out thing for this year and probably next year.
Yeah. They're going to have to regulate what it's called. It's going to have to have its own thing.
Can't do it with the internet, dude. It's too quick.
But it's not the internet, though.
It's already too big.
Because it's offline also. I'm just saying, there will be... Think about, medical technology.
We should do a sketch of a garage sale and just sell Here's old bucket.
Y'all want this AI hose?
It's an AI
You gotta.
bucket.
It's AI though.
This just looks like all thrift store shit. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'll AI fuck you up.
AI painting my grandma made.
Hey, I'll fuck you up. There we go. We end on
Okay, that'll work.
Okay.
That'll do good. Okay, I'm happy with that. No.
Bye bye.
Oh no, wait. But I mean, it's just you and me. We gotta go out like this.